All right. Music.
Hey, yo, what's up with the static one? There it go. Hey, turn me up a little bit. Yeah. I got some sinister ways, dealing with sinister things. Ray-Ban frames, keeping the top in my aim. I feel drained, running from money and fame. Don't feel pain, don't got an emotional range. My mind is damaged, I guess that's how I manage to eat a track when I'm famished. No crumbs, roll it up, I want the smoke with no lungs. I'm climbing up, get to the top with no rungs. I'm burning up, I'm like a star with no sun. I'm in a time crisis, but you never heard nothing like this. Taking over the country like ISIS, flow cold just like ISIS.
Thought says, what are you
I'm
doing?
Wondering what the hype is. They on, but then they off
just
like a
kinda
light switch.
setting stuff up.
Overwhelming these niggas on night shift. Every single track I make, these niggas scratching their heads like he ain't really just write this. Cats lose one of their lives trying to get closer to my chick, cause I keep it on my hip, in their heads like a psychic. You gon' need Batman and a couple of psychics. Bitch, I'm Gotham's finest. I stole the Batmobile and drank a fifth of Henny.
Tot
Now
says,
I'm
how was your
driving
day
through the town,
yesterday?
swerving, hitting these fucking fire hydrants. Plus,
How was
I
my
don't
day
got a
yesterday?
license. I'm stomping shit like Centennial Bison. They play my shit at ocean fronts over summer horizons. They never hear me, so I'm moving the sprint.
Well, it's
Losing my service plan, pick up
not
and double back to
after
Verizon.
midnight
And
yet
the
for
light
me,
never
so
hiding.
guess my day today was pretty good. You know, it's the typical work stuff. Alright.
Pot says, are you a night owl person?
Not really. I'm in the Pacific time, so it just seems I'm up late for those like on the East Coast. Oh yeah.
Pot says him a night owl person.
Yeah, I get a lot of night owl people because it is late for a lot of people. Like Demon King is in VRChat playing a game. Angel Wolf is on too.
Grum Foxy says hi.
Hello.
Thanks for liking the stream, Grim Foxy.
Pot says, I sent you something on TikTok.
Oh.
Grum Foxy says, so cute and I boot.
This is so much. Interesting. Okay.
Pot says, boop, no take backs.
Thanks for liking the stream, Grim Foxy.
Look at the chat, make sure I'm understanding everything.
Grum Foxy says, I sent 90 likes.
Oh,
Pot says, what's your
thank you.
favorite anime?
so.
Thanks for liking the stream, Lone Wolf.
So my anime IQ is pretty low. I guess just for the lack
Tiger
of
says, hi dad.
Either the Kiki delivery service or the that Flying Castle
Todd
one.
says my favorite anime is Naruto.
Okay, yeah, I don't know what that is.
Thanks for liking the stream, Lone Wolf.
It's over here, so I don't have to crank my neck around to see it.
Grim Foxy says enemy. AC 130 above.
This, okay, it's over here.
Pot says Naruto, that's my favorite anime.
Thanks for liking the stream, Lone Wolf.
I know anime is very popular.
Don't give a fuck about none of you niggas. Promise that I am not one of you niggas. Test me. If I shoot a pure, guess he look like a lefty.
Liger says, how you been, Dad?
I'm doing good. I'm gonna change the music. I'm deciding I'm not liking this crap as much. Let's see
Hot
what
says,
we
what
got.
are your plans tomorrow?
Thanks for liking
Well,
the stream, Lone Wolf.
more work. That once a month, you know, Microsoft does this learning day. So tomorrow we're doing a learning day at work. So that means we can take some training or do some.
Grim Foxy says I have a toy AC 130 and a model F14, Senior 71 Blackbird, P51, and YF2.
Oh. Are those models that you assembled yourself, or are they pre-made kind of things?
Grim Foxy says I made them.
Oh, cool.
Pot says
Thanks
I
for
have to
liking the
work
stream,
out
Corey.
tomorrow. After that, I'm going to play Fortnite.
Oh, okay. Cool. So this music is called Chill. Guess it's for chillin'.
Grim Foxy says I want to play War Thunder right now, but I have school tomorrow.
Oh.
Pot says, what's your favorite
Thanks for
song?
liking the stream, Lone Wolf.
My favorite song? I've got so many that I like. Oh, it'd be hard for me to choose because I listen to all kinds of genres too. I mean,
Grim Foxy says, my favorite song, El Aventadoro.
Pot says at Grim_Foxy20, at least I don't have school at all.
Oh.
Thanks for liking the stream, Lone Wolf.
Yeah, I don't have.
Grim Foxy says at Lone Wolf Lucky.
Yeah. I don't have
Tot
school,
says at
but I have work.
Grim_Foxy20 yep.
Thanks for liking the stream, Grim Foxy.
You have much further to go in school? Like, how many years do you have left?
Grim Foxy says no one will beat me in a Nerf war with my minigun.
Yeah. My younger son used to really love the Nerf stuff. He would just have everything. He would get the mod kits for.
Pot says,
for
I
Nerf.
sent you 147 likes.
Oh, thank you.
Thanks for liking the stream, Lone Wolf.
Yeah. First, now he's into 3D printing and creating characters for Dungeons and Dragons. Printing out characters and
Pot
stuff.
says, what's your favorite movie?
Oh boy. Favorite movie? Wow.
Thanks for liking the stream, Lone Wolf.
I kind of liked the Kingsmen when I seen those. I'd like to see another one come out.
Spot says my favorite movie.
Yeah, the Kingsman is kind of like a British, kind of a, spy thriller, adventure,
Thanks for liking
action.
the stream, Creamer and you.
Grim Foxy says I hate to fix the belt on my Nerf minigun.
Pot says my favorite movie is Jaws 1 and 2.
Oh, Jaws, huh? Yeah. You like the suspense and horror type movies?
Fox says Hugh from Germany.
Oh, hi. Hello from Germany. My ancestors are from
Hinode says,
Germany.
hey, you got a Discord.
Tot says my mom doesn't like horror movies.
Yeah, I've got a Discord. You can find
Thanks
it
for liking the
in my
stream,
bio, in the link tree. Just remember, if you open up link tree with the
Grim Foxy says at Finietta Fox any oil in Germany.
oil in Germany. I imagine they have some oil.
High Note says okay, make a Minecraft realm.
Hot says I wish I wanted to go Japan again.
Finietta the Fox says the Black Keys howlin' for you.
Thanks
It's a
for liking
great
the stream,
song.
Lone Wolf.
Oh,
Finny
yeah.
the Fox says at Grim_Foxy20IDK.
Yeah, I like the Black Keys. Yeah. My family's been to Japan. I have not.
Hinode says stream like it be your D easy.
Tot says for K likes.
Oh, nice. Wow. You're really clicking. Or tapping.
Thanks for liking the stream,
Pot
Finny
says
Fox.
almost 5k likes.
That's a lot.
Grim Foxy says my Model F1 has movable wings.
Oh, nice. So do they like go from more horizontal to more swept? Is that what they do? Or do they fold up like they do on an aircraft carrier or something?
Pot says I never get scared of horror movies.
Yeah, I don't either.
Thanks for liking the stream, Lone Wolf.
Oh, cool. Yeah. Horror movies just don't do anything
Ravius
for me.
World says, Father, adopt me.
Grim Foxy says, and it has removable missiles.
Oh,
Raviosaur
nice.
says, and he'll give a sacrifice.
Spot says, do you have a dog?
No, I don't. Everyone in my family is allergic to dogs and cats.
Thanks for the follow, player.
Vinny at the Fox says, I got a PS5 at full disc version and a Dell Latitude laptop. That's the only gaming stuff with power.
Oh,
Raviosa
yeah.
World says, who shall it be father, will sacrifice.
Pilpot says I have a dog, but it's a Rottweiler.
Oh, Rottweiler.
Raviosa World says anyone.
Thanks for liking the stream, Finny the Fox.
Thanks for the follow, Miss
Anyone?
Harrison.
No, I don't want it. I don't want you to sacrifice anyone.
Thanks for the follow, Abel Huerta.
Pot says 5k likes.
Wow, boy, you're...
Vinny at the Fox says, I want a dog, but it's too expensive for me.
Yeah?
Raviosaur says, fine, ill dress as a Barbie girl, then
Thanks for
father,
liking
I
the
just
stream,
need
Finny
a
the
Ken.
Fox.
Tyrion Michael says, pretty, I mean. Liger says, check on Discord what I sent.
Okay, alright.
Tyler says
Hello.
TTS on here.
Wow.
You're playing a dangerous game. Haha.
Spot says dogs are not expensive for me.
Yeah, it depends how you get the dog. I mean, if you...
Foxy says Senior 71 Blackbird can go Mach 3.47 or something.
Raviosa World says, Ken, where are you?
Thanks for the follow, Crunchy Rats.
Miss Harrison says, I have a border collie and a pointer dog so cute and adorable and loyal, my favorite kids.
Oh, yeah.
TPOT says, how tall are you?
How tall am I? Oh, about 5'9"-ish.
Am going insane says I like crunchy rats.
Crunchy rats.
Part says, guess my height.
Finny at the Fox
boy.
says, I got a BS2 PS3 piece for a Svita. Now I need a BS1, BSB, and a BSTV.
Thanks for liking the stream, Finny the Fox.
Raviosaur says, what happened to you, father? You never came back with the milk.
Yeah. Let's see.
Miss Harrison says, I love your avatar, bro, friend. It's so cool.
Oh, thank you. Yeah, I textured it myself. It's kind of like my avatar colors. This kind of maroon and the blonde hair.
Todd says my height is 69.
Finny the Fox says it's a cute avatar.
So are you saying you're 6'9"? Is that what you're saying?
Thanks for liking the stream, Finny the Fox.
That's pretty tall. That's taller than my kids.
Spot says yay.
My kids are just a little over 6 foot. So they're taller than I am.
Grim Foxy says, have you ever listened to the song Insane?
Finny at the Fox says ick about ants,
I'm not sure.
but in 175 cm.
Thanks for liking the stream, Finny the Fox.
Yeah, I'm not remembering by title anyway.
Unicorn Cassie says hi.
Hi, Unicorn.
Pot says, have you listened to NF songs?
NF song. I'm not sure what that is.
Previous World says, question, Father, do you have a Alexa?
Miss Harnson says, what is your plans for the weekend? Unicorn Cassie says, I had an anxiety attack today.
I do not have an Alexa.
Pot says that's his name in F.
I use Google. Any plans for the weekend? Not much. Maybe work on some
Grim
taxes or
Foxy
something.
says insane is by Black Griffo N.
I'm going insane says I have depression today.
Oh, well, I'm sorry to hear that. I hope you pull out of it soon.
Pot says the song is called Trust by NF.
Oh, okay.
Unicorn Cassie says, I had a really bad anxiety attack today. It was horrible.
Pot says it's a good song.
I've had anxiety attacks only like a couple times when I was young.
Unicorn Cassie says, I'm okay now.
Well, that's good to hear.
Unicorn Cassie says, how are you?
I'm doing pretty well. Got the it warmed up, and I got the frozen pipes thawed.
Grim Foxy says, does anyone know what the Senior 71's job was? I'm wondering how many people know.
I know. And we have one that's similar in Seattle at the
Pot says, are you in your room?
Yeah. In my office, basically, home office. Yeah, the SR-71 was a spy plane. And it was very fast, and it flew very high. And in its day, a lot of the enemies couldn't even bother shooting missiles at it because it was just so high they would never reach. Oh yeah, I'm familiar with SR-71.
And Going Insane says, quick question, do you know Skullgirls?
Grim Foxy says correct.
No.
Unicorn Cassie says, I feel a little bit nauseous. I'm sitting over my sink in my bathroom.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Twat says stop at 6K likes.
Okay.
Miss Harnson says, is the spy plane from NASA?
I don't think it's a military
Unicorn
thing.
Cassie says, I hope I'm okay.
It's Air Force,
Pot
I
says
think.
he'll see you later.
Grim Foxy says at Miss Aronson 625, no, it was given to NASA.
Okay, yeah, I think afterwards or something. I don't remember. I remember
Pot
hearing
says
about
I'm going
it.
to bed.
And then I remember.
World says, "Hey Google Play Ariana Grande, thank you next."
Yeah, it won't work because I've got a headset on. Don't have it on speakers.
Grim Foxy says, yeah, after its service, it was given to NASA.
Yeah.
Rebels
Yeah.
World says damn.
And now they're sitting in museums, I think. Look, we got
Unicorn
one.
Cassie says, did you know that they have VR on mobile?
Yes, they do. Yeah, on Android, you can install VRChat, and you can run VRChat now on mobile. Yes.
Unicorn Cassie says, I have it.
Yeah. And you can probably join me here if you can, run it.
Unicorn Cassie says it's okay.
Yeah, I mean, it's still a beta. There's issues.
Grim Foxy says, at the Patterson Air Museum in F for Phantom sits outside.
Yeah.
Ladies the World says, wait, really, you can play VRChat on mobile?
Yes, you can.
Levioso World says, where do I go?
Unicorn Cassie says, what world is that?
So you go. Okay, so this is a Virality World, but yeah. So you just go to the Google Play Store, look for VRChat, and you'll find it. You download it and install it. This world.
Miss Harnson says, what is your favorite coffee flavors? Do you have one?
Unicorn Cassie says it's called VR Beta.
Yeah, yeah.
Rabius World says, I have iPhone Apple.
Okay.
Unicorn Cassie says on Google.
So this world's called Ferality Silva Treehouse Village, and it's by Ferality. It is PC and Quest compatible. It's probably
Grim
mobile
Foxy
compatible.
says, I also forgot I have an old F for Phantom toy.
Unicorn Cassie says okay.
And you'll have to forgive me if I can't keep up with the questions. If I miss yours, you'll just have to repeat it. I'm sorry. I'm not like
Misha
Hecate.
Aronson says, do you drink coffee?
Yes, I do. And I don't drink sweet coffee, so that means I don't put a bunch of syrups and stuff in it. I drink mostly just plain
Mate
coffee.
says, hi cutie.
Hello. Yeah, so just regular coffee. Been making it in a coffee press at home. Or sometimes I just buy a coffee. If I'm out, sometimes I'll just stop at McDonald's and get me a coffee. Their coffee's pretty good, actually. And I put no sugar in it. I just put either half and half in it, or if I'm home, I put heavy cream in it.
Miss Harnson says I drink coffee with milk and sugar. I can't wait to try the gingerbread coffee from Starbucks.
Oh. Yeah, gingerbread
Grim
coffee.
Foxy says I also have a small B1 Lancer.
Oh, okay.
Unicorn Cassie says they don't have it.
Oh, yeah, the gingerbread. Yeah.
Grim Foxy says, I think I'm a plain enthusiast.
Ravius World says,
It
do
might
you get
be.
paid and how much do you get paid for TikTok? Unicorn Cassie says it very limited.
Yeah, I'm getting a little bit, maybe like $10 every 3 months or so. Not a lot right now. I just joined the creator beta.
Unicorn Cassie says I'm falling asleep on my sink.
Grim
Oh, that's
Foxy
not good.
says I love planes, but mostly warplanes.
Oh yeah, and there's a ton of them too. If you go back in history. Bye.
Miss Harnson says, I think the gingerbread coffee is close to Christmas time. It's available to buy from Starbucks.
Yeah,
Radius
so-
World says I was thinking on being a TikToker on VRChat and PlayStation, but I don't know yet.
Unicorn Cassie says I should go get a bucket and then go lay down in bed.
Yeah.
Big Tyson says, do not buy the milk from Mautazoni.
If you're feeling bad, Unicorn, you should, if you feel like you're falling asleep, yeah, you should probably get something and then lay down.
Unicorn Cassie says, okay, bye, hope feel better.
Yeah, I hope so too.
Miss Haranson says, Unicorn Cassie, if you're feeling sick, go to the hospital if it gets worse.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, I don't know if you have people around you, but you have them keep an eye on you.
Grum Foxy says, oh, and I can't forget my 2 small American P-51 Mustangs and my P-38 Lightning.
Yeah. Yeah, I went to, I was in Washington, D.C., and I went to one of the air museums. I've got a lot of pictures of stuff that I just haven't posted of old military planes and that you'd probably be interested in. I did post one video. It's kind of back in the history a bit on my TikTok. It's a plane with the eagle painted on it that was at the museum, and the claws go down to the wheels too. It looked pretty cool. I had tagged Soaring Eagle on that one, saying, "Hey, this reminds me of you."
Graham Foxy says, oh, and last, I have a small me to 6'2".
Oh, okay. Not familiar with that one.
Miss Haranson says people going back to the moon next year form a private company, space company.
Yeah, I heard something about that. There's a radio station here in Seattle.
Grim Foxy says it's a German WW jet fighter.
Oh, okay. Yeah, a lot of history in that for sure. Yeah, I like looking at that stuff at museums. Sometimes people get annoyed at me because I like to stop and read all the stuff, you know, so it takes me longer to get through it. That way is blocked. Can't go that way. Figure out how to.
Miss Haranson says if I had a training to go to Outbase, and if had enough money for that, would be cool looking at Earth.
Oh yeah.
Grim Foxy says, imagine I too.
Metal Dragon says, Konnichiwa.
Konnichiwa. But don't expect me to say much more than that.
Metal Dragon says Noni.
Yeah. Yeah, there's this world that one of my friends took me
Miss
to.
Harnson says, I am jealous my friend is going snowboarding in Japan and trying sushi from there. I wish I could go.
Oh, wow.
Grim
Snowboarding.
Foxy says imagine if two P-51 Mustangs did the thing from Top Gun Maverick where one flies over the other.
Yeah, it would be a bit slower. There's this place. Class. Okay, so down. Little place up this way, and it goes back over there. I'm trying to figure out how to get down there. They're downstairs here.
Miss Harnson says, I saw the new Top Gun Maverick movie on Amazon Prime Video. It was pretty cool, not bad movie.
Yeah. Yeah, it's definitely a cool movie. I get over there.
Grim Foxy says at Misha Aronson 6 to 5 imagine if the Dark Star was real though.
The what? The Dark Star, yeah. Pull this thing back over here. It keeps drifting on me. I pull it over here. Oh, I see. When I... I can't... Maybe I have to move this.
Raja Nicholas said bird.
Okay, what was I looking for? I was looking for... It's like down there, there's kind of a path. This zip line goes the wrong way. I can almost jump over there. What?
Miss Harnson says, maybe someday they could build the airplane from the new Top Gun Maverick movie if they have money.
Oh. Maybe I haven't seen the latest one. Dang. I take this thing. Take me over here. Okay.
Miss Harnson says you can stream it on Amazon Video if you have an account from them without paying for it.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I do have Amazon accounts.
Grim Foxy says, oh, it's not saying what I'm putting in chat.
Sometimes that happens. Sometimes. So, sometimes TikTok.
Grim Foxy says it happened 2 times.
Yeah, sometimes TikTok screens some stuff, and you know they sort of have an AI filter, and it's not as good as the Twitch auto mod. It will sometimes block some of the craziest stuff that, yeah, I don't know, and can't really fix it because that's TikTok's doing. There's all these little places that you almost have to drop down to. Let's see. Wait, so I was... Oh, I see. So maybe... if I go...
Miss Harenson says, do you have to be careful with words because of be respectful to others
Will
on
likes
TikTok
Mills.
live stream people?
Said, do you like the Owl House?
Yeah, there's definitely certain words that are triggers for TikTok. Now we look at that other question.
Grim Foxy says missile.
Yeah.
Grim Foxy says finally.
Oh. That was the word it was blocking. Okay. Somebody's asked me, do I like the Owl House? I'm not sure. Which Owl House you're talking about? Is that like a movie? Yeah, I don't know. You'll have to give me more context. Alright. Okay, so over here. Where can I go from here? That's a good
Grim
question.
Foxy says okay. It's another word, probably MACH.
Oh. Yeah.
Grim Foxy says moth.
Yeah, so
Miss Harenson says I wish we didn't have war because of school shootings so disrespectful to kids and families from.
yeah.
Miss Harnson says gun violence.
Yeah. Agree.
Shadow Fangert says, how's your night going?
Oh, pretty good. I'm gonna try to jump. if I can get to this room down below me. Here I go. Ooh. Oh, I missed. Darn. Where am I? Oh, I can try it again. Let's try it again.
Miss Harrison says, do you work tomorrow morning?
Yes I do. But I work from home. The only thing I do is I drive my kids to their job because they have to work at the place because their
Shadow
job requires
Fanbird
it.
says I would join you, but the headset I am browsing is dead.
Oh.
Miss Harrison says, just curious, what job do you work at?
I'm a software.
Follow Nico.
That fox says hello.
I'm a software
Grim
engineer.
Foxy says if the Dark Star existed, it would be like a Noah missile.
Oh, so yeah, I'm a software engineer at Microsoft. I work on software that manages their data centers around the world. That's what I do.
Grim Foxy says time to go Mach 10.
That fox says, what a small bird.
Yeah. Well, there's lots of birds in this world. Yeah, this is kind of a secret room here. I've never been to this one, and it's kind of tricky to get here. Yeah, there's like little birds that are in nest. That's one of those more lizard kind of birds. There's another one over here. Birds with like arms and claws.
Grim Foxy says I think they meant you.
Oh, they might have, yeah. But there's birds everywhere in this world. Not just me. And I got this. It's like a stage. So there's a stage here, with a background, kind of a painting of the world, and then there's all the seating here. Seating is not clickable, so you'll have to have sitting mechanics on your avatar to do it. I didn't put sitting mechanics on this avatar. I should update it and put that stuff on there.
Miss Harrison says, I love the Microsoft. I have a new Xbox with you guys. From Microsoft, I supports your company work.
Yeah, it's a lot of fun. And it's kind of nice because I can get the employees can get like a free the Xbox Game Pass too.
Grim Foxy says, I have a moon ball.
Oh. It's kind of nice because I can like install games to stream, and now Steam games I still have to pay for, but for Xbox Game Pass games I don't have to pay for.
Miss Harrison says, is Microsoft coming out with a VR headset like PlayStation?
I heard, they have something, but I don't think it's like really good for gaming. It's more of a business application. So I've seen some demos at it at some company meetings where they just kind of like do a demo of stuff, and what they showed was more of like AR glasses. And it showed somebody like in a data center trying to fix some wires, and the AR glasses would kind of like put labels on things so that the technician could know what the wires were, And also somebody could see what they see and give them instruction over an earpiece, you know, and fixing wiring or whatnot, like in data centers. So I mean, that's certainly the kind of thing they're looking into. Because anything that makes repairing and keeping and maintaining data centers, you know, and having automation and tools to make things easier and quicker, I mean, it reduces the cost of customers who use, you know, Azure resources, you know, like compute.
Grim Foxy says, have you heard of the headset that destroys your brain when you die in game?
Sounds like a sci-fi thing to me.
Grim Foxy says it's real.
Okay, well, I've never heard of it. That sounds like it would be fun.
Grim Foxy says 'cause it's in testing.
How would you test something like that? Yeah, I have a hard time believing that.
Miss Horanson says they should do the same thing for gaming 4 glasses when it's available from Xbox.
Yeah.
Demonking says SOL.
Oh. Tina King. Yeah, I saw you were, at least you were in VRChat earlier. The
Demonking says had to get off before I got caught.
yeah, okay. Yeah. Yeah, you don't want to get caught.
Grim Foxy says UWU.
Woo-woo.
Demonking says wasn't paying attention to time.
Yeah, it's probably getting late for you. It's almost 11 p.m. here. Yeah, this is an interesting little hidden
Grim Foxy
spot.
says, did you know the doomed guy got his name from the demons?
Yeah. Yeah.
Demonking says nope.
Miss Haranson says, I wish you could play VRChat on Xbox Live, but not sure if an Xbox console could handle it.
Yeah, I don't think it's available on Xbox. I don't think it's on the Microsoft App Store either. You kind of have to get it through Steam. Or Or you can, I think you can probably download it from VRChat. Or if you're running the Quest version, you get it from the Quest store.
Grim Foxy says, at Demonking 2047, yep, he did they call him that cause he is in hell and surviving and destroying demons.
I'll let Demon King answer that one. I know.
Demon King says Quest 2 has a Xbox One game cloud.
Grim Foxy says, can I say one word?
Well, you've already said a bunch, but yeah, I guess you can say one more.
Grim Foxy says Henty.
No. No, we're not going to talk about that today.
Demonking says bruh.
Yeah.
Grim Foxy says got him.
Thanks for the follow, Purple Royal.
The Munkin says
Thanks
got
for
me
liking
on
the
the
stream, Purple
familiar.
Royalty.
Hey, Purple Royal. See what other music stations are here. See, there's blues, if anyone likes blues. There's music called chess. I'm not sure what chess music would sound like. There's Cozy Collection. There's also a channel called Dune Awakening. If that's like, let's see what this sounds like.
Miss Horanson says ask if maybe someday you should it to Microsoft at VRChat on Microsoft Store, it's allowed.
Grim Foxy says Doom elevator music is kinda good.
Okay. Yes, maybe someday. Yeah, I don't have. I don't work in that area. I work in software that manages data centers. The hardware. The software that makes that easier. Xbox and the game store or the app store. That's like a whole nother world at Microsoft. Because it's such a huge company.
Grim Foxy says, have you heard of War Thunder?
No, I have not. Is that a game?
Thanks Thanks for liking the stream, Grim Foxy.
I just realized I don't know how to get out of this room. I went through some magic door.
Demonking says I have played it.
Okay. Well, you know more about it than I do. How do you get out of this place when you want out?
Grim Foxy says at Demon King 20 for 7. Nice, how good are you?
Thanks for liking the stream, Grim Foxy.
Back here. Let's see if there's a secret panel. There's a secret panel in here. It's so dark.
Miss Haranson says, are you waiting for any new games to come out on Game Pass to play?
Demonking says like to fly, but I'm a nubby.
I saw something about, oh, what was it? I think it was a new Bethesda game coming out, and Bethesda is technically Microsoft now. What was it? It was just kind of announced that it was coming.
Grim Foxy says at Demon King 20 for 7, I just got my KVT yesterday.
Yeah. I think I'm stuck in Hotel California. I just checked in, but I can't leave.
Miss Haranson says, is it Starfield? Game or different game from Bethesda?
Oh, no, I have Starfield, and I've streamed some of that too. No, it's a newer one.
says have not played in a while.
There's some game they announced that's not released yet. And I'm having trouble remembering what it was, but I was thinking, hey, that might be cool. It was a YouTube video that Bethesda put out. So I guess if you search for Bethesda's channel on YouTube, you'll see it.
Foxy says sleep ZZZ.
And they just announced it a few days ago that, it's coming. It's not, released. It's just kind of a teaser of what's coming. Like the instruments in here. There's one right here.
Miss Haranson says, what is the game gonna be about? What is coming out for storyline from Bethesda?
That's what I'm trying to remember. I'm sorry, I can't remember. I just know that there was something announced. Some kind of an action type of game. All I remember was watching it. Saying, oh, cool. But then it's kind of slipped my mind what it actually was. But
Grim
sure...
Foxy says, have you heard about the Minecraft S3X update?
Miss Haranson says I can't wait for the new Indiana Jones game. It looks good.
Oh, that's what... Okay. That's what it was. Indiana Jones. Yep. That's what it was. Yeah, I like I always loved the Indiana Jones movies, and that could be a cool game. Yep, that reminded me. That's what it was. Yep, but there's like a trailer out that they got now that you can watch.
Grim Foxy says who here likes Lego?
Miss Haranson says, I might buy it sometimes in the future, or during Christmas time.
Yeah. One thing I've been thinking about, I haven't decided on it yet, is I can buy game passes at a discount, you know, because I'm an employee. I was thinking that at some point I might try to do like a giveaway and give away some game passes and just have it, you know.
John Clapper said hi, pro. John
Hi,
Clapper
John.
said what's up.
Oh, a little this, a little that, bunch of the other thing. I can't stand in these chairs. There's no colliders. You know, this world is so huge. They put colliders on everything.
Grim Foxy says June, Arizona.
Miss Harnson says I love Lego, but it's just expensive to buy.
Dragon Star says ever since I started watching you videos, the most watch for me is the stamp on the ground vid.
John Clapper
Demunking says we could easily call the chat room a chicken coop.
Yeah.
Grim Foxy says at Demon King 20 for 7 years.
Stamp on the ground vid. I'm sorry, I don't know what that is.
John Clapper
I played a bunch
it's
of
been
them.
cold and I've been shoveling a lot.
Yeah.
Mosey King Teru says ooh a cute avale.
Thanks for liking the stream, Mosey
Thank
Chulu.
you.
Grim
Yeah.
Foxy says cue the Doom music.
Yeah, that's what this is. Doom music. Yeah, I heard there's tons of snow in lots of places around the country. We didn't get a lot of snow here where I'm at in Washington State, but south in Oregon, they got hit with all kinds of storm stuff.
Thanks for liking the stream, Grim Foxy.
Mosey King Taru says, did you see the Dragon of Volley on Keita's Graham House? It's free for anyone who owns the Jerry.
Grim Foxy says I didn't get snow.
Oh.
John Clapper said, hey pro, did you know today was Jim Carrey's birthday?
I did not.
Miss Harrison says I would like to buy the new headset for PS5, but it's too expensive, same price as a new console.
Mosey King Teru says him liking the Star Wars voiceovers.
Yeah, yep, I know. The voices are cool. The C-3PO voice. It's fun.
Dakota the Wolf says Valley Carrot Carrot.
Yep.
John Clapper said tomorrow is my dad's birthday.
Oh yeah. Yeah, you said you're
Miss
you
Harnson
made us
says
some
I
gifts.
can't wait to watch the Mandalorian movie when it's finished.
Oh. So I watched the series, The Mandalorian. I don't have Disney Plus myself, but my dad does, and I was watching it over there. Yeah, it was pretty good. I didn't know they were making a movie, though. Interesting. I'll have to
John
watch
Clapper said yep.
Yeah. Well, I hope it all goes well tomorrow. Hope he likes the gifts you made him.
Thanks for
Munkin
liking the
says
stream,
no.
DJ Daniel.
what's not okay.
Danielle Sampson says hello.
Miss Haranson says next you the new episodes for the next season of Ahsoka is coming out, so excited.
Okay.
Demunking says Star Wars.
Yeah. Yeah, I'd have to get a Disney Plus subscription to see that. I already got friggin' Netflix, and I've got Paramount Plus, and I've got Hulu, I've got, you know.
John Clapper.
Miss Haranson says, "Are you a big Star Wars fan?"
I'm a big sci-fi fan. I like about everything sci-fi. So yeah, I really like Star Wars. I like Star Trek, and everything in between. I like some of the older stuff, like Babylon 5.
John Clapper said, "I just found out Jim Carrey is 62 today. That's how old my dad is tomorrow."
Oh.
John Clapper said, "Unbelievable who."
So he's 1 year older than me.
Demunking says my dad, big Civic fan.
Yeah, yeah. Give me sci-fi anytime.
John Clapper said, "Really?"
GRI says it's a harpy in VRChat, wild. Demunking says, NB movie fan.
Miss Haranson says I like the Star Trek movies, not the cartoon movies.
Oh, you mean like Lower Decks? Yeah, some people don't like Lower Decks, but I like the Lower Decks. I think they're just funny. I mean, they're meant to be funny, and if you just watch them for the humor, I mean, I think
Grim
it's
Foxy
fantastic.
says doomed guy was uniliving demons because they knocked his rabbit.
Okay. I don't know what that means. let me see what other this Dune Awakening. There's some other stuff.
Demunking says Rude Runner is something I have not seen in a while.
Miss Haranson says, do you have any pets in your family?
I don't. We're allergic to most of them. There's also Call of Duty inspired music if you want me to play some of that.
Thanks for liking the stream, DJ Daniel.
And there's fantasy music. Something called Gamers Lounge. Dubstep I played the other night. Hip hop I didn't really care for. Or was it hip hop? No, it was the trap that I didn't really care for. Synthwave was really cool. Poggers, I have no idea what that is. There's Minecraft-inspired music.
Miss Haranson says, what is your favorite video game that you play with your friends, not game VRChat?
Daniel Sampson says this music is nice.
Let's try the,
Thanks for
Grim
liking the
Foxy
stream,
says
Demon King.
F6, who heard of a gargantuan leviathan from Subnautica.
Yeah, I played a little bit of Subnautica. I didn't get real far in it. I got to land or something. Then there's a Subnautica 2 as well. Let's see what this sounds like. This is Minecraft inspired music.
Thanks for liking the stream, Demon King.
For what it's worth. I haven't heard of
Low
the...
Doge says hello.
Hello. I haven't heard of the,
Miss Harrison says I didn't finish Starfield because I had to cancel Game Pass too expensive for the full year.
Yeah, it can get expensive. But, you know, get on my Discord server. Every once in a while I give stuff out.
Says the gargantuan leviathan is extinct. But in the Return of the Architect mod, it brings the guard back in.
Oh. That's the cool thing about mods. You can... What were you saying really too, John? That about my age?
Thanks for liking the stream, Demon King.
Yeah, anybody who's followed me enough should know that I'm like 61 years old.
Thanks for liking the stream, Demon King.
So, I'm not sure how this music's related to Minecraft, but I mean, it sounds pretty nice. Because I'm not that familiar with Minecraft. I mean, I know about the game, and I've set up Minecraft servers for other people before, but that's about it.
Miss Harnson says, I can't wait to watch the new Dude Part 2 movie and the new Planet of the Apes movie coming.
Oh yeah, I heard about that. The new Planet of the Apes? Right, I was at the theater the other day and they had a big, you know, those things in the hallways that they
Thanks
have.
for liking the stream, DJ Daniel.
That should be interesting, huh?
Dayfam says hello.
Hi, Dayfam. Yeah, when I went and saw The Beekeeper, I saw some of the ads in the hallway in the theater. One of them was for the Planet of the Apes.
Swagger. Said ha.
Hello.
Swagger said hello. Swagger said bro.
Interesting, isn't it? Oh. Oh, there it is. Okay. Every once in a while the thing doesn't scroll. But yeah, hi Swagger. Looks like you're on YouTube.
Miss Harrison says, I saw the trailer for the next movie Planet of Apes movie. It looks good. I'm a fan of that series.
Oh yeah. Really cool sci-fi. Yep, sci-fi. Planet of the Apes is cool. Let me find my drink here.
Thanks for liking the stream, DJ Daniel.
Hey, DJ Daniel. You're the one that does the singing videos, right?
Danielle Sampson says Daniel is still just me.
Okay. Wait,
Danielle Sampson says DJ Daniel.
Miss Harrison says, I'm just waiting for a prequel for the new Hunger Games movie to be available to stream.
Oh, I see. Daniel Sampson. Okay. No, it's a different Daniel. Yeah, there's another.
Grim Foxy says my phone turned to TikTok.
Thanks for liking the stream, DJ
Demunking
Daniel.
says one of those spray water bottles.
Yeah, there's another Daniel who.
Danielle Sampson says no.
Yeah, there's another Daniel who sends me their videos. He sings various tunes.
Thanks for liking the stream, Grim Foxy.
Thanks for the follow, Luca.
Oh, hey,
Daniel
Nova.
Sampson says that's funny. I love to sing.
Dakota Wolf says asterisk vibes asterisk.
Miss Harrison says
Hi,
I
Nova.
want to watch it in the movie theater, but I missed it in my hometown, the new one Hunger Games movie.
Yeah, I love the Hunger Games movies.
Lukaga Krasi says, what's up, geek?
Dakota Wolf says E.
Yeah, just hanging out, talking
Grim
about.
Foxy says, cue the USSR anthem.
Demunking says, I'll be there tomorrow night.
Oh, okay. Yeah, Friday night. Yeah, Friday night will probably be better for you. Sure.
Miss Harrison says I saw the Boys in the Boat movie. It was not that bad from the book.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I'm not familiar with that one. But I think I've heard of it.
Daniel Sampson says I'm going to be spending a night at college to experience college life.
Miss Haranson says it's people that go to the Olympics during the Great Depression.
Oh. That does sound interesting.
Miss Harnson says it's a true story. The book is only $20.
Oh, that went down the wrong way. I wonder if they have an audiobook, an Audible.
Danielle Sampson says I might have to look into that book.
Yeah.
Grim Foxy says I watching if Doom Guy talks.
Doom Guy.
Thanks for liking the stream, DJ Daniel.
Let's see what other music they have here. So that's...
Demonking says me.
Yeah, I'm not sure if they were referring to Doom Guy. This game, let's see what Gamers Lounge sounds like. Yeah, the Streamlabs music, they have a lot of stuff there.
Danielle Sampson says it's going to be a pain to actually get into college.
Yeah. That's so expensive. Got lucky with my kids because there was
Thanks for liking the stream, DJ Daniel.
I think they got into a program like Running Start, I think, but it wasn't Running Start, but something similar, and they got a lot of their classes paid for to get their associate's degree. Boy, that was a huge blessing because college is expensive. I'm still paying for my master's degree that I got in 2004. Ridiculous.
Dayfam says I'm in college now. Be going good so far.
Oh, good. Yeah. You know what your major is going to be, Dayfam, or you're still trying to figure that out?
Danielle Sampson says I am going to major in music.
Oh, nice. You know, I came so close to majoring in music. You know, 'cause I played saxophone, band, a little bit of guitar, and I played piano. I was so close to majoring in music, but then I discovered computers and fell in love. So I majored in computer science. All of the music teachers I had were just fantastic people.
Miss Horanson says I work in a local college in Vermont and a part-time at Thai restaurant when my second job's closed.
Oh. Pretty country over there. Home of Bernie Sanders.
Miss Horanson says for the school that I work at.
Yeah. Yeah, when I was going to getting my bachelor's degree, I would do tutoring. I also did the teacher assistant thing. And I also lectured a couple classes. And of course, when I graduated, I went and got, went out and got a different job. I also did other things while I was going to college. I also gave piano lessons. I tuned pianos for people.
Danielle Sampson says, have you heard any stories on how bad special ed can be?
Not any specific ones, but yeah.
Miss Horanson says, I work at VTC College in Randolph, Vermont College Kitchen.
Oh. Okay, so you do like some of the food service stuff there?
Miss Horanson says yes, I can't use knives because they don't trust me too dangerous.
Oh, okay. I take it you don't cut up carrots or anything like that there. If you're working in like high volume food, you probably get the carrots all cut up already, stuff like that. I hope Unicorn's okay. I haven't heard.
Danielle Sampson says, I think if you have someone with a slight learning disability teaching special ed, it would better.
Yeah. Yeah.
The outfit says you're cute.
Oh, thank you. Yeah, I mean, I've heard that, and I've heard that when you're neurodivergent, like you have ADHD, it helps to have a therapist who has it because they understand it better.
Miss Haranson says, I have special needs and I can't believe the people so disrespectful in real life, not nice humans.
Oh yeah, it's crazy. And and being 61 myself, I went through a lot of my life not really knowing.
Danielle Sampson says, I didn't have the best experience with special ed.
Yeah, I'm not surprised. But yeah, I've had, I've had people tell me that I'm probably autistic, and including family. So I'm not sure exactly yet. I was thinking about getting tested, but for a lot of my life, people didn't really know what it was. So I ended up having to just kind of figure out how to cope myself with stuff.
Danielle Sampson says, so I plan to become a special ed teacher so others don't have a bad experience with it. Thanks for the follow.
That is awesome. I mean, it's definitely a noble thing to do. I applaud you for that.
Wind Breeze says, how are you?
I'm doing pretty good. About 20 to midnight here in the Seattle area. Maybe I'll go another 20 minutes or so before I have to hang it up. We're having some good conversations here for sure. Been kind of impressed with
Wind Breeze says, hey, I love around Seattle area too.
Oh, you do? Yeah.
Wind Breeze says live.
Yeah, I live, yeah, I know what you meant. I live, north of Seattle, kind of in the South Everett area. So it's kind of nice. I'm close to not too far from the split from 5 and 405, so it's real easy for me to
Wind
go to
Breeze
Seattle.
says west over water for me.
Oh, okay.
Miss Haranson says I would love to be a special ed teacher, but it's a lot of training for me, maybe for a dream job.
Yeah, take some training. They say like you're on Bainbridge or something or like that.
Thanks for the follow, Tide the Stormy.
Thanks for the follow. Nice to pick up new followers on my lives. Looks like I've been getting about, I got 8 now. I've been getting about like 10, 12 new followers each live. I'm glad people are finding me, and some people like my voice. They like just listening to me. They find it calming. And there's some sci-fi gurus that find me, which I think is fantastic because I love sci-fi.
Miss Harrison says my special ed class was okay. Lucky when I was in high school, we didn't have any school shootings.
Miss Harrison says because I was in a small town.
Yeah. Well, when I was in high school, at middle school and high school, you know, back in the 70s, I mean, that was totally unheard of. I mean, that's a more recent phenomenon. I mean, there's almost like a school shooting a day now. It's just, or more than that. I mean, it's ridiculous. And I think the causes is really complex. I mean, even more complex than what you hear. I think a lot of problems boil down to just how the economy is working. It's not working for everybody. You know, it's just working for the rich. And I think that causes a lot of our ills today. Just the income gap in this country. I think that it's a root cause of so many problems.
Miss Horanson says of your president, would you ban guns from evil people if you're still young?
Ban guns from evil people. Well, I'm not sure I would call anybody evil. I mean, there's certainly sociopaths, people who can't empathize with other people. There's certainly that. And where we're, as a society, we don't seem to catch that in people. Banning guns is a really hard thing to do. I mean, Australia did do it. So it's possible. I don't know.
Debunking says school popularity affects your standing as a student and how much you get picked on.
Yeah, and it's always been that way. Stephen King. I was not a popular kid in school. Yeah, they got picked on. I was thinking about doing a story time called Mean Girls.
Debunking says me nether.
Well, you know, I was autistic. I had probably ADHD. I was not dysgraphia. Well, I probably had that too. Dyslexia. I was really extremely slow reader, and I was very quiet. I didn't have a lot of friends, maybe one or two friends. And there was a couple people who...
Dathan says, wow, I had the same experience as you.
Yeah, and it was a couple friends.
Miss Harrison says I felt bad. It was a mess, made my friend cry. And I was a bully because school.
Yeah, and I've had a couple of people gravitate towards me because of my situation, which, you know, I didn't really want them as friends because they were just kind of weird in other ways. Yeah, it was a weird situation.
Demonking says same here. I bet it's painful to look over.
Yeah, I had stuff happen, you know, and like when I talk about one of my story times, it was like story time 4 or 5. I said I was put a year ahead in math and all that. So I would have a different math book. I actually had some people steal my math book in one of my classes, and I never got it back. I had to go to the principal's office and say, hey, you know, I don't have a math book anymore, and you know, they wanted to charge me for it or something. It's like, you know, it was stolen.
Miss Aronson says high school was like hell. I just wanted to stay home and play video games, not go to school.
Yeah. And the bad
Miss
thing
Harnson
was,
says he was not allowed in my family.
and I don't know what they call them nowadays, but when I was in school, the people who played the sports and stuff, they called them jocks. And it was one of these jocks that stole my math book. And when I went to the principal's office, the principal basically stood up with it for the jocks. You know, basically said, oh, well, you know, are you sure it was them? Wouldn't you see it in your peripheral vision and all this bullshit? Yeah. It was like, you know, if the kid played football, you know, they were the popular ones, you know. And I mean, I had some teachers that liked me. I mean, it was kind of weird because I was a year ahead in math. I took this small engines and, like, I don't know, I think it was called pre-auto, like auto shop in high school, just because I needed another class. And you know, and if you heard some of my other story times,
The says I was sent to a mental hospital for a week because of how bad I was mentally tormented at school.
Oh, wow. I'm sorry to hear that, Demon King. But I don't doubt it. I mean, that stuff will give you PTSD. I mean, because the kids are relentless. And it's probably worse now than when I was a kid.
Miss Horanson says, I wish you could record the video from the kid stolen your books and show the principal if that was.
You know,
Miss Horanson says available.
You know, that would have been nice. But at that time, no one knew what a cell phone was yet. Cell phones hadn't been invented yet. And the only thing that you could record video on at that time was a camera that actually had film in it. So, you know, so that wasn't going to happen back then. I know it's hard for the newer generations to even imagine that you didn't have at your fingertips something that could take pictures and record video. We didn't have that back then. it may sound funny, and maybe could be another story time, but I was in like the 6th grade or something, or maybe it was 5th grade.
The monkey says it was nice though at the hospital, decent.
Oh, well, that's good. Hopefully it kind of gave you some time to recover.
Miss Haranson says they thought that was a thing.
Yeah. When I was like in 6th grade, I think it was, or 8th grade, I got my first calculator.
Miss Haranson says in real life.
I had it was a Casio calculator.
Debunking says perspective is what I got.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, perspective is really important. You know, really understanding what's important is crucial in those situations, right? And understanding that it's your self-worth, not what other people think about you. It's how you feel about yourself, you know, which is really important. But yeah, at that time, some of the calculators were extremely expensive because they were like, you know, calculators were new. Somehow I got this Casio calculator that was not that expensive, and I brought it to school, and the math teacher had like a show and tell. She had everyone in the class come, stop by my desk one by one to look at the calculator and to show I can punch in numbers and do add and multiply and
Debunking
stuff.
says you just write about how you feel using crayon.
Oh. Interesting. Using crayon, huh? Yeah, we didn't have a lot of gizmos when I was a kid. We had bikes, and we would use them a lot. We would ride around the neighborhood a lot. Yeah, bikes.
Dayfam says TV was different back then too.
Oh yeah.
Miss Haranson says you should do a podcast about your life when you were younger on a live stream. That would be fun.
I've been kind of doing that. So I have a playlist called Storytime on TikTok. You can click on that playlist, and it will play through my different story times. And there's the first story time. It's called The Great Green Pea Caper. That was the first time that I got sent to the principal's office. The second story time was about I call it my first crush in quotes, which is funny. You should watch that one. You should check those out. I've been doing that. And sometimes I live record my story times, and then so people can kind of get the story ahead of time, and then I do some editing and cut it down and make it a storytime video that I post on TikTok. So yeah, you should definitely check that out.
Miss Haranson says, did you get expelled from school or got in trouble?
No, I never got expelled. But I did get a spanking in the principal's office in the first story time with a paddle for something that really wasn't my fault. But yeah, I don't want to give it away. you just have to watch it. Great green pea caper. You'll enjoy it. And then I think it's story time 4 or 5, maybe 4. Yeah, I think it's 4 where I got sent to a principal's office the second time. And it wasn't for being in trouble. Well, not really. It's called the math test. But yeah, you should watch that one. Listen to that one too. Yeah, I've got tons of stories, and I've been working on them, calling them story times from my past. And I've got some stories I could tell that I don't know what to do with.
Miss Horanson says lucky I didn't get spanked by Wood in school because that was not allowed these days.
That's not allowed these days, but it was allowed back then. I had to reach over, touch my ankles, and like I described in that video, the principal had this wooden paddle, and it had like holes in it. Wooden paddle, and yeah, swat me in the butt with it. Yeah, that's in that video. Yeah, things were different back then. Yeah, so that's one of the stories. There's a couple of stories that I can't tell. I'm not sure how you would be able to tell them, because it you know, it might be labeled as a terrorist or something if I told those stories. So those ones I'm not going to probably post. You know, just stuff I did when I was a kid.
Miss Haransan says, did you smoke or drink when you were younger, or your parents against it?
You know,
Dave Van says, what was the funniest thing you did in class?
Okay.
Debunking says they made a remote control paddle machine, bro.
I did. Now, the interesting thing is, I did not smoke or drink when I was in school. I did start drinking a little bit when I was in college. But when I was in school, the people who smoked, we had a name for them. We called them burnouts. I don't know if they have a name for them nowadays, but that's what we called them back then, is burnouts. Yeah. And the funniest thing is definitely a story time I should do. Because of my disabilities I was not aware of, I had a really tough time in history classes, right? And so I could not really remember dates and regurgitate them on a test kind of thing in history type classes. But I did kind of break out of my shell a little bit. I had a reel-to-reel tape recorder, right? That I had back then, just a little one. And I recorded some sound effects for some albums that I had, a little bit of music here and there. And the history teacher said, oh, everybody can do like a presentation about something they learned in the history book, right? So I took a section of the history book and I thought, I'm gonna just make this thing funny. So I had like this reel tape recorder. I had this speaker box that I actually made when I was a kid. Yeah, I did weird shit when I was a kid. I actually built a little speaker, made a wood box for it, and I had all these sound effects. I hauled all this stuff into school, and I had some props, and I told this bit about history. Some of it had to do with architecture and stuff. And I worked in sound effects with what I was talking about. I had the entire class laughing their ass off. My history teacher was laughing so hard. I thought he was gonna fall on the floor laughing when I did that. The stuff I came up with. And I passed the class. I passed the class with like a D or something, but I passed the class. I think making him laugh got me to pass that class. So that's probably the funniest thing. And I should probably that should be one of my story times. I gotta, do it properly and make a clip. And add it to my Storytime playlist.
Miss Harrison says, what was your favorite class in school or college?
Oh, it was all the computer classes. One of my most fun ones was computer design. We had these kits that had like these logic chips. There were these 7000 series digital chips, like logic and OR gates and kind of things, and it was kind of like the old Radio Shack electronics kits, if you're familiar with those. They had like, you can put wires and like these little wires with the soldered ends. You can poke them into these various logic circuits and whatnot. And yeah, that one was a lot of fun. And I did this one. So the assignment was to do like an arithmetic logic unit, or basically just adding. So this would be a component of a computer CPU that would actually add two numbers together using these wires and logic. And I went way beyond the assignment because I made it so you can like enter the numbers. And so what I did was I did much more than adding. I did like the shift registers and all this kind of stuff, so you can enter the numbers using these push buttons. And I had to use the parts from like 3 or 4 kits of these kits to get it to work. Yeah, it was above and beyond, but I did. The teacher was impressed. But I just love that kind of stuff.
Miss Harrison says, did you use Apple Computer or Windows Computer in college for homework?
Neither. Windows didn't exist then, really. No, it was MS-DOS, baby. It was like floppy disk, and the it was Microsoft, but it was Microsoft disk operating system, and everything was command
Thanks
line.
for the follow, Death Boy.
And so, but
Thanks for liking the
first,
stream, Gus Boy.
we learned programming on the supercomputer, and it was because I went to college at University of Michigan, Flint campus. But
Leo.Gus says hi, Pops.
hello, but the computer when I first started college there, we were using was a supercomputer. It was based in Ann Arbor, and it was the Amdahl 5860. And this was a massive computer. The CPU was like, just the CPU was huge. You know, and your smartphone nowadays is way more powerful than that supercomputer was then. But we did our homework on that. And it wasn't until like my junior year in college that the first IBM PC came out, and the college bought a bunch of IBM PCs, and these were the first computers. They had the Intel 8088 processor in them, and it had 2 floppy drives in it, and we would have one floppy that would boot up MS-DOS, and it would have like the Fortran compiler or whatever language we're running stuff in, and it would have the second floppy would be the data disk that we put our assignment on, our program, and we would compile and run on those things. And you get the floppy disk, you'd hear that head in there going back and forth, reading and writing to the flexible magnetic disk, basically. And yeah, my first experience with Windows wasn't until later, when I got a job in Virginia with a printer company running printer drivers for Windows 3.1. And I was out of college then. I was working. I'd already worked in Minnesota for a few years, and I moved to Virginia. I was working for a company called Genicom at the time. And they were making business printers, but they didn't have anything that worked with Windows yet. So they hired me and another guy from New York to go down there in Virginia and write printer drivers for the stuff so that their printers would work with Windows. Yeah, and that was Windows 3.1. And that was my first experience with Windows. Like I said, things were different back then. And Windows 3.1, it wasn't really Windows like it is today, because it was basically a graphical shell that was built on MS-DOS, which was what I started doing on. I mean, basically booted DOS, and then it ran Windows on top of DOS. That's what Windows was at that time. It was just like a graphical user interface built on top of the old DOS, but then gradually, Microsoft, just made it its own operating system. The command line, there's still remnants of DOS in it. When you start up the command line in Windows and you type dir to see a directory or something, that's old DOS commands there. The cd, change directory, make directory, all those command line stuff, that's all from old DOS. That's still there in Windows.
Miss Haranson says, what video game console did he play on when you grew up, when it's available to buy?
Okay, my very first video console was an Atari. It was like Atari. think I was like the 2600. I was like the first Atari, and it had like little cartridges that would plug into it. And it had some very simple games, like one was this spaceship thing where you're basically, the two players had like these little triangle shaped things that would float around and shoot at each other. I think it had Breakout. We tried to, break the blocks, and it also had like a ping pong game. We had the two paddles that would, you just try to hit the little ball, which is just like a square white thing, back and forth. A little later, when I got into college, I got a Commodore 64 computer, and that was a little more advanced. I mean, that actually had sprites and stuff, and that's when I wrote my first program. I wrote a Yahtzee program on that, and I used the sprite hardware in it to make the dice that would roll onto the screen. Very low res stock, because you were limited in the pixels at that time. And the Commodore 64 would just hook up to a television for the monitor, because there wasn't really monitors for it at that time. And so I wrote that game, but the first game I think I got for the Commodore 64 was this Star Trek game. And it was a cartridge you plug into the Commodore 64. It was a simple Star Trek game. I mean, it wasn't too fancy by today's standards. I mean, it was just basic stuff, fire phasers, and it certainly wasn't 3D. It was very like 2D oriented. Yeah, I mean, those are the days I wrote some stuff in assembler language, which is...
Misha Aronson says my dad in television video TV monitor his house he was younger.
Yeah. And we didn't, of course, cable didn't really exist then. Everything was, antenna stuff. We had a TV antenna on the roof, and we had a rotor. You would turn it to tell it to point the TV antenna to a certain direction, and there was a motorized thing on the roof that would turn the antenna to point in a certain direction, because if we wanted to get TV stations that were in Flint, we'd have to point it to Flint. If we wanted to get the Detroit TV stations, we would have to turn the antenna to point to Detroit. And then stations went off the air at night. I mean, it was a certain time, like 1, 2 in the morning, the stations would just go off the air, and then you'd have the white noise, or snow they call it, on the TV, and a bunch of noise. Because there was no more station. They shut everything off at night. And they would always play like the national anthem at the end, and then boom, they shut the signal off, and then they'd start it back up in the morning.
Thanks for liking the stream and PC number.
Yeah, thanks for the likes. Oh, thanks for the
And .P.C.number 7.
Oh, thank you. Thank you for the gifts. Yeah, it was,
Dayfam says, did you watch cartoons as a kid?
Oh, every Saturday morning. At that time, Saturday morning was for cartoons. And the TV stations
Thanks for liking the stream, Dayfam.
would be full of cartoons on Saturday mornings. It was Saturday morning cartoon time. Bugs Bunny, Daffy Duck, Road Runner, I'd watch all of it. Yep. Yeah, that's what we did on Saturday mornings. Watch cartoons.
Miss Horanson says the white noise on TV was kind of creepy Tim to run into my bedroom. That sound.
Oh yeah, it could be terrifying late at night. You know, and then if you fell asleep in front of the TV and it went that and turned, and it's that loud, staticky white noise stuff. Yeah.
Zero.koi says, "What's good, brother? I love VRChat."
Yeah, me too. Yeah, it's yeah, that's what was TV was like back then. And if you didn't have the antenna roof, you might have had rabbit ears. They were just basically two telescoping antennas.
Zero.koi says, "Are you getting the Apple Vision Pro?"
Probably not. You know, I don't.
Liking the stream, Zero. Cool.
You know, Apple is so proprietary and stuff. I just have a hard time. Now, I did have the one Apple item I did own was an Apple iPod. And I'm talking about the little rectangular things that had the hard drive in them. That actually spun in these little boxes. And you would put all your podcasts and stuff on there. And that was a cool device.
Cobbert says hi.
Hello. And I was actually doing my own podcast back then.
Zero.koi says iPods were dope.
Yeah, they were awesome. And then I was working at...
says I love Dragon Tales on PBS before it was discontinued on I Love That Show.
Oh yeah. Yeah, Dragon Tales is good. You know the other cartoon I really loved that was later? Gargoyles. Gargoyles was cool. It even had some one or two people from Star Trek that did the Next Generation, did some of the voices on Gargoyles. I really loved that cartoon. Yeah, the iPods are cool. I had a Zune once, which was Microsoft's version. I actually got it for my son. It was really unfortunate. You know, Microsoft does this sometimes. They'll put out a product that's really, really super dang cool, and then they discontinue it after a couple of years. It's like, God damn it. The Zune was awesome. It was better than the iPod, but unfortunately.
Moonstruck said Kiwiyuat Lupi our heart.
Oh, thank you. Thank you, Moonstruck. I'm really happy that people are starting
Ms.
to
Harrison
actually...
says, or Cyberchase from PBS My Family DIDNT have cable TV rabbit ears old school TV.
Yeah, those rabbit ears. Remember twisting those things around trying to get the TV
said
station?
Lupi our bongo.
Nice. I'm really happy people are on Twitch and YouTube are starting to find me now. I mean, my streams were so dead over there, but I kept streaming over there. I'm really happy you guys are finding me because I never totally gave up on Twitch and YouTube, but I've always been kind of disappointed, but I'm really happy that some people are starting to find me over there now. So thank you guys for finding my stream and interacting with me. I really love it.
Miss Harrison says, lucky I grew up with the internet, I was not so bored.
Well, we weren't bored. When we didn't have the internet, we weren't bored. We would be outside getting in all kinds of trouble. I grew up basically in semi-rural areas, so I mean we could we had bicycles. I mean, bicycles, we did all kinds of things on bicycles. There were usually woods around us. We would go, exploring in woods and trees, We would play with friends. Some of their friends ended up not being quite so much friends in the neighborhood. That could be another story time. Some people just like to play too rough, I've had experiences with that. Plus, I like to take stuff apart. I took, appliances apart just to see the parts inside and see how they work. I always did that. I even took TVs apart. No wonder I didn't get electrocuted. But yeah, I've been shocked so many times when I was a kid playing with electricity. But with the TVs, I knew about capacitors.
Miss Horanson says, did you get in trouble with your parents on the weekends? Or would you a good kid or bad kid?
My parents probably would say I was a good kid. But, I was a tease for my sisters. I mean, that's what you did with your siblings, tease them, get them riled up. And my parents kind of knew that I could be kind of quiet and tease my kids at my sisters, and my sisters would get really loud.
Miss Harnson says, oh my god, how many sisters do you have in your family? Lucky only have one.
I had 2 sisters. So I had 2 siblings, both sisters. I was the only son, and I was the oldest. My sisters are still in Michigan. They didn't travel across the country like I did. My older sister works at the post office. She delivers mail there in Flint, and the people she delivers mail to, they just love her. They're super protective of her. If they, because Flint's not the safest place. If anything starts going down on the street while she's delivering, people run out and protect her. It's amazing. My younger sister,
Miss Harnson says, did you sisters fight with you a lot in the car when you was younger?
Not really fight. I mean, we just did weird stuff, right? So, when we were kids, you didn't have seat belts, we would lie down in the back of the station wagon, right? There was one time, me and the older of the 2 sisters, we're looking up the sky, and of course, in the back of the station wagon, looking out the window, just lying back there, and you could see kind of like the clouds moving across the moon. We convinced my younger sister that the moon was out to get us because it looked like we were following us. Got her to panic about the moon chasing us. Just shit like that. Didn't really fight that much. Yeah, we had a pretty good family growing up. Of course, we did get some spankings and stuff at that time, which I didn't do when we had kids. We didn't do any of that kind of stuff. But it was the times, back then.
Moonstruck. Said Loopy our heart.
Thank you. But, yeah, so I mean, it's pretty good environment. Yeah, I was very fortunate. I had a mom and dad. I mean, it's amazing. They got married when they're 19 after they only knew each other for a couple of weeks. It's amazing that the marriage lasted so long. But yeah, grew up in a very stable family environment. So I was basically sheltered from a lot of stuff that people go through today. So I'm always sad when I hear about people who have, who aren't as fortunate with their families that they're growing up with. But it's just something that I don't know. It's a sign of the times, and I go back to this thinking, part of the problem is all the inequality in this world. Causes some, it's part of the cause for sure. But one of the things I did have, we didn't have the internet when I was a kid, but one thing I really loved was the Radio Shack electronics kits. And they had these electronics kits you could get, because Radio Shack was a physical store back then. I think they tried to just get pure online. I'm not sure. I haven't checked to see if they're even still around. But they closed all their stores.
Says, what is your favorite music? Listen, Queen or Beatles for older songs?
Thanks for the follow, Paulos.
So, it's really weird. I never really got into the Beatles, and I didn't really.
Wind Breeze says 1 to 3, 4 after 4.
And then I didn't really get into music that when I was in high school either. I really didn't start really getting into music until I was in college. When I was.
Hot Dog Love says, do you support Syrians?
When I was in, when I was at home, I mean, all we had was record albums, and my parents had a lot of Elvis records and stuff from, the 50s, So I'd end up playing a lot of that. It wasn't really till I got into college that I started.
Thanks for liking the stream, Wind Breeze.
And it was when I got into college that I kind of fell in love with Pink Floyd, and I got a bunch of their albums. And I found some other people who were Pink Floyd fans in college, so I got a lot of that stuff. I mean, I always liked the alternative type music, right? And yeah, so I mean, I like a lot of types of music, but yeah, I like a lot of alternative type music. And yeah, the vinyl albums made a comeback.
Pumpkin spice
Harrison says that's pretty cool. The vinyl albums are still popular today.
Yeah. And for some reason, on every one of my streams, somebody asked me about Therians. I don't know why. I mean, I have some Therian friends on TikTok. I'm not a Therian. The only thing I have to say is that Native Americans in the United States, I mean, they always had names like, elk and bear and wolf and fox. And I mean, the Native Americans, they identified with
Wind
animal
Breeze says
spirits.
Leovali best burps.
And so yeah, I mean, I don't think Therians is a new phenomenon or anything. I think it's just like anything else. It's been around for a long, long time. So yeah. All these are cool.
Dayfam says my favorite music genre is any, but love Eurodance the most.
Yeah.
Miss Haranson says I love wolves, so beautiful animals.
Yes, yeah. Yeah, wolves are great. And the volleys dancing are just so freaking cute, right? That's why I do so many dance videos with the volleys, because I just can't get enough. I hope you guys like it too.
Miss Haranson says, what is your favorite holiday that you celebrate?
Oh, jeez. Wow. That's a tough question for me because so many holidays I think are just commercialized bullshit nowadays. Probably. No, shucks. So there's some holidays I like. Thanksgiving is okay. I know the holiday, what it's like supposedly founded on and supporting, is not great. But I do like it being a time where family can get together. So I like that part of it. You know what I mean? But as far as holidays that I feel that are more genuine, one of them is Labor Day. I think, people may not understand the importance of Labor Day, but Labor Day is a celebration of workers' rights. Basically accomplishing something where you get some respect at work, right? Now I know there's not a lot of that right now. There's I think workers need to gain respect again in the workplace somehow. But yeah, I mean, Labor Day is the most meaningful to me. So I guess I'll answer it that way. Probably not the answer you were expecting.
Miss Haranson says, do you believe in God or a high power heaven like God?
I'm an atheist. I was raised Christian, and I kind of moved to agnostic. Now I just consider myself an atheist. But you know, I don't push that onto anybody. I don't think anybody should push their religion onto anybody. And yeah, I'm an atheist now.
Elusive Fox says, "Hi Geek, how are you doing, Bean?"
I'm doing good.
Miss Harrison says I didn't know you supported in a different religion. Sorry, friend.
Oh, don't worry about it. Yeah, I'm atheist. There's reasons for that. You know, I mean, I used to be a churchgoer when I was a kid. I actually played piano for churches. Had to be there on Sundays, had to be there on Wednesday nights to do the hymns and all that stuff. But yeah, I just decided that religion wasn't for me. And the more I learned about religious texts and where they actually came from, it was just like, okay, well, I could say more about it, but, you know, I don't want to, like, you know, hurt people's feelings here. If you want to have a more candid discussion about that stuff, instead of just on a general live, you know, we can maybe arrange something some other time for that. I know some of my friends are very religious, and that's cool. I'm fine with that. I have no problem with that. People have to go on their own journey, right? My journey took me somewhere. Somebody else's journey will take them somewhere else. Everyone has their own unique journey through life. Oh wow, it's almost 1 a.m. here. It's gone a little longer than I thought I was going to. Anybody else have any questions? Thank you for the gifts and the emojis. They've been great.
Miss Horanson says I miss the peppermint coffees for McDonald's discontinued.
Oh, peppermint coffees. Well, they discontinued a number of things. I mean, it wasn't good for me, but McDonald's used to have the bakery stuff where you can get the blueberry muffins. Their blueberry muffins are really good. Tried not to get them too often, but they don't have those anymore. Yeah, it was called McDonald's Bakery or something like that, or the bakery. So I would order stuff on the app and then use the curbside pickup. One thing I liked about curbside pickup at McDonald's, and you know, there's a lot to be said for and against McDonald's, but if I need to get breakfast for my wife, she has a lot of allergies. The one thing that I can get her that is safe for her is at McDonald's. You know, so that's why I go there. And I would order on the app, do the curbside pickup. One thing about curbside, the people who work there at McDonald's, they start recognizing you.
Says the Cinnabon buns from McDonald's are not bad. Used to work for McDonald's before I got fired.
Yeah, the cinnamon thing, those were really good too. I'm sorry to hear you got fired, but you know, working in those places is hard. It's a hard job. I know people who've done it.
Dave Fam says McDonald's has good fries.
Yeah, it's hard to beat the fries. And they're very consistent too. You know what you're gonna get, and they taste good. No doubt about it. One thing I like about McDonald's too is you can get on their sides menu, you can just get like sausage patties, which is good because I can get sausage patties without getting the bread, right? Because I try to cut down on some of the bread. So that's good that they do that. And for burgers, Wendy's
Miss Harrison
too.
says, I am sad they discontinue all-day breakfast from McDonald's. People weren't happy.
Oh yeah. Especially on the weekends, right? When you like to sleep in and you decide you want to get some breakfast at McDonald's, it's like you have to, like, if you're doing it on the app, you have to order it before 10:30 because they stop serving it then, or at least allowing you to order it then. Yeah, it's a bummer. I think Jack in the Box still does all-day breakfast things.
Moonstruck. Said Timid a one bongo.
Thank you. Moonstruck is sending me little emojis on Twitch. Nice. They're cute. Love it. Bongos. Yeah, I've been having sinus trouble lately.
Moonstruck. Said ooh woo.
Ooh woo. Ooh woo. This tune's got a nice beat.
Miss Harrison says sorry. I accidentally left your live stream on TikTok, so rude.
Oh, that's alright. It's alright. I know it's really easy to do. Sometimes I find myself accidentally flipping away from the live stream I'm watching, and I have to flip back. I don't know. I think it's an ADHD thing. I don't know. It happens. But you know, I'm glad you joined me.
Miss Harrison says maybe this weekend he'll go live on TikTok. I finally can do that.
Oh, nice. Thanks for following. Yeah, once you get
Fireball says cute little Borb.
Yeah. Thank you. Yeah, once you get the 1,000 followers, yeah, you can start going live. Just make sure you go live once with your phone.
Thanks for the follow, Dark Dragon.
Because I made the mistake of starting to go live using Live Studio, and I didn't go live with the phone first.
Thanks for liking the stream, Dark Dragon.
And you have, at least at the time, you had to go live with the phone to go through the age verification process, because you're supposed to be at least 18 to live stream. And if you go live first on the phone, it will have you either enter a credit
Misha
card.
Aronson says, I don't have TikTok Studio app, I just go live on TikTok app.
Okay, so then you're fine, because the TikTok app will ask you to verify your age, and it'll give you 2 ways to do that. But yeah, I made the mistake by immediately going to Live Studio, and they actually suspended me 5 minutes for being underaged. That was the error. You are underage, and I'm 61 years old. TikTok told me I was underaged. It was kind of funny, but not funny because they suspended me for several minutes. Yeah, I had to go live once on the phone app, and then it would take me to the age verification process, which proves how old you are, kind of thing. But yeah, that was a mistake I made. I had to correct, and I just happened to try to go live on the phone once, and it's like, oh. I haven't seen John Clapper on YouTube. Usually he tells me when he's dropping off, but I don't know. I don't know what happened. He's talking about his dad's birthday being tomorrow. His dad's turning 62, and I said something about, oh, he's 1 year older than I am. It might have scared him off. I don't know. I've had somebody block me once when they learned my age. It's like, why'd you do that? You know, I'm still the same person. Yeah, so am I following you? Let me see. Okay, so yeah, tells me you have 1,578 followers. I'll go ahead and hit follow, so you go live and I should get notified. If I happen to be on the app, I'll see. just followed you, Misha. At least I think I did. I picked the button, clicked the button to follow you. You never know with TikTok if it actually works or not. Hello, people who just joined. I guess I've been streaming for close to 3 hours. I wasn't really thinking I'd be on that long, but you guys have been...
Miss Harrison says I don't do VRChat on TikTok because I don't have right equipment when I go live on here.
Oh, that's fine. That's fine. I follow a lot of people who don't do VR. They just, you know, do gaming. I used to do a lot of streaming on the phone, and I would stream Pokemon Go. I was doing that a lot of mornings. And then I had a few dedicated Pokemon Go followers, but I ended up deleting that old account and creating this new one and starting over from scratch. And on this account, I haven't really been doing any Pokemon Go streaming. I've been doing a lot of other games.
Miss
lately.
Harrison says, who's your favorite Pokemon character?
Oh, I think my favorite is the Winter Glaceon, the one with the colorful cape. I think that one is just so cute. That's my favorite. Yeah, I got a few of those. Some of them I don't have any perfect ones, but I have ones that are like over 90 percentile. And they're great for some of the raids and stuff. The Glaceons. Yeah, it's kind of ridiculous. I have like I'd have to look at least 5,000 Pokemon on Pokemon Go, and yeah, I got a ton of Pokemon, and I've got to a point where I don't. If they're just basic Pokemon, I don't keep any that are under 90% percentile according to the PokeGenie app, because that rates them and gives them a percentage. If they're not at least 90%, to the professor they go. If you're interested in adding me on Pokemon
Miss
Go,
Harrison says, did you like Yu-Gi-Oh or Pokemon better when you play the game or both?
What you let or yeah, I don't know what Yu-Gi-Oh is. So to play some of the Pokemon games, you need a certain device that I do not have. I only have my Android phone, so basically the only two Pokemon games I can play is Pokemon Go, and I have played Pokemon Sleep a little bit. And kind of an interesting thing. You run the Pokemon Sleep at night when you sleep, and you sort of catch Pokemon according to what quality sleep you have.
Miss Harrenson says, did you talking about a car game for cards game? Did you play that when you were younger?
Card games? When I was in college...
Miss Harrenson says for Pokemon.
Oh, Pokemon, okay. No, I've never played the card game. I know some people who do buy the Pokemon cards. I don't know. I think a lot of the cards are just a money trap. They're expensive, and you know, and I've heard people say they're kind of, you know, you end up buying packs, and it's not just with Pokemon, it's with other card games, like, you know, some of the Magic cards and whatever, you know, that you're hoping to get a special card in the pack, but you know, it's kind of a gimmick to make you buy a whole bunch of packs. I never got into that. Thank goodness. I think my kids tried to play the Magic game, but you know, they only played a couple. You know, I don't think they found it that interesting. But yeah, we just do Dungeons and Dragons now, and I play Dungeons and Dragons with my kids and their friends. Got 13 new followers on TikTok, and I think I've got at least 1 or 2 new followers over there on Twitch and YouTube, which is good. Yeah, Moonstruck VR followed me on Twitch. Thank you. Doing this refreshing. I didn't mean to do that. Oh gosh. VRChat just reset on me. Okay. That's a bummer. Yeah. Maybe one of these days I'll get the partner thing over at Twitch. Almost got the follower count. I think you need like 5 people in the chat or something for Twitch to do the associate thing or whatever they call it. I don't know if it's really worth anything, but I think that what that means is they get to show ads on your videos, which I know everybody hates. The ads on TikTok are just on the edge of getting a little bit annoying. What I hate most is if I'm looking at somebody's profile and I'm looking at some of their vids, right? And I'm flicking through their posts, and then suddenly TikTok will throw one in there that's not for that profile. It's actually an ad for somebody else. And that's what I find annoying. I mean, yeah, ads once in a while when you're flipping through the For You stuff.
Says I wish Twitch had ad-free option to buy.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, one thing that's kind of nice though is every once in a while, I'll promote some of my videos on TikTok because it's easy to do. It's impossible to promote anything on Twitch, and it's difficult to promote. You can do it on YouTube, but it's difficult. It's not as easy on TikTok. But for one, sometimes I'll get haters, they have to do bad comments on my promo videos. But every once in a while I'll get somebody who sees one of my promo videos and says, "Now this kind of ad I like." Sometimes I'll get that, which is kind of funny. Because, we do get a lot of ads we don't like. Sometimes people like my ads because it's usually just one of my
Ms.
videos.
Harnson says, what games do you play on Twitch when you go live?
So, I've played a lot of games. I've played some Halo. I played some I did some of the Hogwarts. I did some of the what's it called? Called Dark Space. I did some Starfield. I did Satisfactory. And there's a few other games I've done. But lately, it seems like some of my loyal followers want to always visit me on VRChat, so I haven't been doing a lot of games lately because it kind of feels like people want to see me on VRChat rather than playing games, so I have been doing a lot of VRChat lately. I mean, that's the impression I'm getting. So I've been doing VRChat more than some of the games. I don't know. I guess if I get some of my followers saying, "Hey, why don't you play this game or that game?" then maybe I'll go back to doing some game streaming other than just doing VRChat. But it seems like people like the more personal VRChat stuff. That's the impression I'm getting anyway. And people like it when I tell stories. I had people say they just like listening to me. I have a calming effect on some people, which is good. I'm glad I do. Well, it's after 1 a.m. I really should get off of here. Probably getting a lot late for a lot of you guys too.
Miss Horanson says, do you like Xbox or PlayStation? If you had you play on console.
I like Xbox. I've had let's see. Yeah, I've had the original Xbox. I had the Xbox 360. And I have the Xbox One, but it's the older version. It's not the S or the other letter one. It's the one before that. I haven't played a lot of games on it because my wife likes watching TV shows on it. You know, because you can play like Paramount and Hulu and stuff on the Xbox, so she usually is watching shows on it. So I just play
Miss
PC
Horanson
games.
says, did your wife play video games or just you?
Pretty much just me. My wife is a bejeweled person, a bejeweled game person on the phone. I mean, that's the kind of stuff she likes. My sons, they like playing their game, you know, Baldur's Gate. They like Baldur's Gate. They play Warframe. They like that. They don't watch streamers. They don't watch me. My kids think what I do is too cringe. What can I say?
Miss Harrison says, are you going to be live tomorrow?
Said
Or
Warframe.
offline?
Warframe. I love Warframe.
Yeah, Warframe. Yeah, Warframe's a great game. I've played some of it.
Moonstruck. Said playing it RNLOL.
Yeah, yeah. It's good. I played some of it. I have a character. I'm just not too advanced in it. You know, I guess I got kind of lost in it because I got through the initial guided part of the game, and now I'm just in the ship, you know, and you have to decide where to go. And it's like, okay, what do I do now? And so I haven't really got back into it after that. Yeah, I'll probably be live tomorrow, probably tomorrow evening. To answer your question, Miss Herons, I think that says. Yeah. I usually don't go live on Tuesday nights because Tuesday night I have Dungeons and Dragons game. And also Saturday nights I'm not live because I do have Dungeons and Dragons on Saturday nights. And it just depends on how late Dungeons and Dragons runs, if I go live on Saturday nights or not.
Miss Horanson says I can't wait for the new Fable game coming out from the Forza Horizon series.
The Forza Horizon. Oh, I'm just thrown off a bit. There's a game called Fable. There's a game called Forza, which is racing cars. But Horizon, there is a game I played and I streamed it. Something Horizon is slipping my mind at the moment. the female character, kind of like in the future where like these machines are. Yeah, I played that game. If you're saying there's a new one of those, I'd be all over it. That'd be cool. Horizon Dawn? I don't know. I'd have to look the game up again. I haven't played it in a while. Really cool game. Boy. Yeah, I'm gonna have to get off of here, guys. It's getting late for me. I do have work tomorrow. But yeah, I'll probably stream tomorrow evening.
Miss Harnson says the company for Forza is rebooting Fable game for next G and console.
Oh, okay. Alright, yeah, I did play... Well, that was a long time ago.
Mangoes Waffles. Set GN. Moonstrucker. Said Nuyu.
Yeah, have a good night. Mangoes Waffles. Mr. VR said new. They say no for me to signing off. I know, I kind of have to sign off though.
Moonstrucker. Said you have a good night. Look BR heart timida one bongo.
Yeah, thank you. You have a good night too. Yeah, there's a reboot of Fable. I did play a little bit of Fable back in the day. That was a console game. I think it was on Xbox. Yeah, I'll have to look into that. But yeah, I've been streaming for over 3 hours now. Yeah, I need to get off of here. But yeah, you guys have been great. Glad you could join me. Nice conversation. And maybe I'll see you tomorrow.
Miss Harnson says, do you like original table games?
I used to play Monopoly a lot. I like to play chess once in a while. There's I forget the name of the game. There's a game that you play with cards, and there's pictures of cards. Sequence. It's called Sequence. I like that game. Somebody followed or something.
Miss Harnson says, sorry, my name is Misha BTW.
Oh, Misha? Okay. Misha, okay. Alright, yeah, it's a bunch of letters run together and that I can see. But okay, cool, Misha. I know what to call you now. Yeah, I'm gonna have to say goodnight, and maybe you guys can join me tomorrow evening. I will be streaming then, most likely. Well, thanks for the follow. So I'll hear the sound that somebody followed, like on Twitch, and then I'll get the text like 2 minutes later. It's kind of crazy. Like, oh, okay, so-and-so follow. Yeah, thanks for the follow. Yeah, but make sure you follow me or on YouTube, subscribe, whatever. That way you'll be notified when I go live tomorrow. And we can chat some more then. But yeah, so you all have a good night. have to get to bed because I do have to work tomorrow. So we'll see you next time.